Hi there, my name is Nathalie Alonso, and today I'll be reading my book, Old Clothes for Dinner, for Barnes & Noble Storytime. This book was illustrated by Natalia Rojas Castro and published by Barefoot Books. Magali shivered. The chilly air nipped without her sweater. She couldn't find it anywhere. Magali followed her big brother Camilo into their building. A zesty aroma tickled her nose as they neared their apartments. Abuela stood over the stove, stirring sofrito and humming. Since she had arrived from Havana to live with them a month ago, their grandmother had whipped up one Cuban dish after another. Fricassé de pollo, picadillo, all kinds of new foods Magali had never tried before. Abuela's recipes all started with sofrito, a base of garlic, onions, peppers, tomatoes, and oil. But what Magali loved most was Abuela's arroz con leche. She would have never thought that a sweet rice pudding could be so yummy. Magali liked hers topped with extra cinnamon. Camilo ran off as Magali gave Abuela the packet from the butcher. ¿Qué cocinas? Magali asked. With Abuela around, Magali spoke Spanish all the time now. Abuela looked up and smiled. Ropa vieja. Magali understood enough Spanish to know that ropa meant clothes and vieja meant old. Old clothes for dinner? Gross! Magali bolted to the room she shared with Camilo. Her purple nightshirt lay crumpled on the floor. If Abuela likes to cook old clothes... Magali stuffed the nightshirt into her desk drawer. Hey, what are you doing? Camilo asked. Abuela says she's cooking our old clothes for dinner. That's ridiculous, Camilo snapped. No one eats clothes. Abuela does. You should hide that striped shirt you love. You wear it so much it has a hole. I can't even find it. I've looked everywhere. Magali's stomach swooped. A missing sweater, a missing t-shirt, ropa vieja for dinner. Magali remembered that when Abuela lived in Cuba, Mommy would send her boxes stuffed with clothes. Shirts, skirts, underwear. The clothes weren't for Abuela to wear. They were for her to eat. It was 8 p.m. when Magali heard the front door click open, then swish shut. Mommy was home from work. Magali, Camilo, vengan a comer. Abuela was calling. Dinner was ready. Magali swallowed hard as Abuela spooned the ropa vieja onto each of their plates. Olives, onions, and peppers were mixed with what looked like strips of Camilo's shirt, or pieces of her sweater. Huele rico, Mommy said. It did smell good. You're not going to try the ropa vieja, Magali? Mommy asked. Abuela spent all afternoon making it. Magali didn't want to hurt Abuela's feelings. Her hand shook as she brought a forkful of ropa vieja to her mouth. The old clothes didn't taste bad at all. Camilo had already emptied half his plate by the time Magali managed to take another bite. There's enough left for tomorrow, Mommy said. That night, Magali lay awake while Camilo snored. A lot of things had changed since Abuela arrived. They watched Spanish shows on TV now. Camilo complained a lot less, and Mommy seemed happier and less stressed. Magali welcomed all of these changes, but she would never get used to eating clothes. The next day, Magali didn't smell sofrito when she and Camilo walked into their building, because they were going to eat leftover ropa vieja. Then Camilo showed up at dinner wearing his striped t-shirt. Where was it? Magali whispered. Abuela had it. She sewed up the hole, said Camilo. She fixed your sweater, too. My sweater? Yeah, you wore it so much it had a hole, Camilo teased. Magali was confused. Mommy, which of her old clothes did Abuela cook? Magali asked. What do you mean, old clothes? Mommy responded. The ropa vieja Abuela made, said Magali. Oh, said Mommy. It's only called that because the shredded beef looks like a heap of clothes. Magali's jaw dropped open. This is beef? Mommy was laughing now. Yes, you picked it up from the butcher yourself. Magali's cheeks flushed as Mommy translated for Abuela. Magali had never seen her grandmother laugh so hard. No one laughed harder than Camilo. Magali couldn't help but laugh too. Embarrassed but relieved, Magali gobbled up the rest of her plate. Ropa vieja was delicious. Abuela and Mommy disappeared into the kitchen. They came back with 4 bowls and spoons. Tu favorito, said Abuela, as she slid a bowl of arroz con leche in front of Magali. It had extra cinnamon on top. Magali smiled at Abuela. Abuela winked. By the way, Magali, I was gathering the laundry, and I couldn't find your purple nightshirt, said Mommy in between spoonfuls of rice pudding. Have you seen it? Yes, replied Magali. I know exactly where it is. And that is old clothes for dinner, and in the back we have dishes from around the world that have interesting names, just like ropa vieja. Can you think of any? Thank you for listening, and happy reading.